privilege, though, right now, to introduce Mr. Tso from the President's office, and he was unable to come earlier because of other ceremonies that he was involved with. But please come forward, Mr. Tso, and welcome us to the program. I want you to notice something, Mr. Tso. Do you know who's here? I want you to take a look at your buddy.
Thank you, Barbara. And also, Ms. Spencer, thank you. You know, we don't have that many people in our society that would step up and tell us some of these things. And I'd like to go into detail on that a little while. And this cowboy that's standing over here, I had an opportunity to say a few things about him a year ago, right around about this time too, when the whole society here invited me to say welcome address. I have 4 ceremonies that's going on at this moment, starting from Shipra, Tohachi, Indian Wells, and Ganado. And then right in the midst of all of that, there's a forest fire going on too. Grandma lost her sheep corral, and she's very concerned about that, so I have to look into that at the same time too. So the president is, the Navajo Nation is indisposed at this time, and of course, as usual, I said, my soldier's going to go take care of that, so here I am, a little late, but I thought I was going on the standard time. So, a few years ago, a while back, we had a lot of cowboys just like myself. This young man over here decided to make a movie out there in Willamette Valley, which is about a stone's throw from here. And then these boys were one of those naughty boys from our society. And they told him that you guys are going to play Indians. And I said, okay, all right. And then over there's some cowboys and there's some cavalry over there. I said, you guys are going to ride your horses over this hill here. And then when you see that yellow flag waving over there, I said, a shot's going to be, somebody's going to be shooting at you, so a shot's going to ring out, and we want someone to fall off their horse. But they didn't tell them how many can fall off. They didn't tell them which one was going to fall off either. So this cowboy is the one that did the shooting. He took one shot at those Indians coming over the hill, and all 75 of them fell off their horses. That's how good of a shot he was. And after he's all gone, you know, he's back over here helping the same people that at that time helped him make him famous too. Those boys were naughty boys. One of them was Julian Martinez. And this just so happened, a lot of the things that sprung up within our nation, there's a little piece of substance that they took out from Julian's backyard over here in Pruitt. They call that uranium to this day. They refined that, and then they eventually made it into a weapon. And then within our language, we used that to defeat the Japanese Empire during the Second World War when the Pacific Theater was going on. So this cowboy was the same way too. They were naughty and everything like that. They used to tease this guy a lot during that time too. And so to this day, last year I did a welcome address here. That time it was on a stage by this guy standing. And from that point on, there's some things, new language. Like with my little sisters explaining to you. At that time I did say that too. That when our elders, when they came across this illness that will not heal, that's what they call that Tso Welcome. And it kind of just refers to the whole illness itself. If they knew how to treat it, they probably would have took steps to do it. But in a little hurry, just like that shot ringing out and 75 young cowboys falling off of those horses, it's the same way they quickly just applied a name to it. And That's how we refer to even to the state. And so, all during this year, I had people that approached me, and they said that, I saw your picture. It was a real good-looking picture too. But they said that you guys talk about this little illness that all of a sudden came into our family, and it won't leave. How we try and everything like that, but a lot of these illnesses were caught in the later stages, not the early stages. There's a lot of these tests could be done, yes, in our own health facilities, but a lot of them has to do with the way we are as Native Americans. We're real stingy with our body. We just don't allow anybody to probe around or even to, to fondle and things like that. So one of those is when they go to the health facilities, they say, we want to test you for this. Yeah, I don't want to do it. And in that way, things work out. 2 weeks ago, I lost a sister. Her name was Anna Rose Smith from down to Lonnie Lake. She succumbed to stomach cancer. Back in Thanksgiving, her daughter came back from San Antonio, Texas. She was hospitalized at Brooks Army Hospital. She's been there for 3 years, and she got hurt in Iraq. So she came home for the Thanksgiving dinner, and her mom couldn't keep the food down for a long period of time. And then they just overlooked it. They said, oh, it's probably just too much to eat or something like that. It's all the holiday season, even through Christmas and New Year's, it was the same way. Finally, after New Year's, they took her into Winslow. And they saw that she has some ulcers. That was just a quick diagnosis. But it didn't settle like that. Then later on, eventually, it was stomach cancers. And it's the same illness that my uncle passed away from about 7 years ago. And it just so happened, that he couldn't keep food down too. So it is among us, and it is some of them. And our Hogan had a conversation with a young lady that her son succumbed to one of them too. And then she had the first-hand knowledge, I guess you would say that, to how to care for them. All the way from day one to the time when they close their eyes and don't breathe anymore. But a lot of that is among us at the same time too. So, and this way, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you that had an opportunity to stop by and say good morning, good afternoon, and enjoy your visit. We have a casino that's quite a ways out the hill, so we'll have an opportunity, but we do have gift shops. Hopefully, with all of this, you can pick up something that you can treasure and take back with you. And thank you for helping us and the Great Navajo Nation at the same time, too. Welcome again. Thank you.
I want to thank Mr. Tso not only for coming in spite of a very busy schedule, but because he's already started some of the very important